There's 12 causes of project failure, and number 12 is lack of continued risk assessment. Most projects assess risk once and then they never look at it again. But risk isn't static. It moves and it compounds. And if you're not scanning for it constantly, it will catch you off guard. Don't wait for problems to land in your lap. Build risk assessing into your rhythm and make it part of your daily stand-up. And treat it like what it really is, a moving target, not a one-time checkbox. All right, there was a fantastic question asked on LinkedIn this morning that we're going to get into just in a second. Before we do that, you're probably thinking, here we go, another consultant telling us how to fix the construction industry, all right? Or maybe promoting trades isn't a problem, it's just hard work. Young people today just don't want to do the work, okay? So the great question was, I don't know what it is about the name Haynes, but some of the absolute legends that I've worked with in the construction industry have had the last name Haynes. And I've just found another one today. The two I know are in Australia, don't know who they are. And I've just found another one out of the US who put a fantastic post up. You can go across, I'll drop a link. I'll punch a link in below this once the live's done. The question was, are we doing enough to promote the trades and mentor the next generation? My response to that was, of course, nowhere near enough. The real question is, what's the solution? How do we, Dave Marquette said, or did, he didn't say it, he did it, turn the ship around, because it needs turning around. It's not marketing campaigns. Just telling people we got to change. You see them all the time. There's groups all the time having these forums and all this other nonsense. Guess what? They're not doing it where the problem is. They go off into their nice little offices in Brisbane or convention centres or whatever. Those things are all great, don't get me wrong. Good people trying to do the right thing. But it's not fixing the problem. It's not going to be a government program that fixes it. And it isn't just more posters telling kids, hey, come and join construction, right? Real problem is how our projects actually run. I'm going to give you a little framework that I've used that has worked exceptionally well for me. I created this after using it on a project that I did. It is called the Catalyst Daily Loop. All right, $1 million question before we get into this any further is, have you run a ORCA with your project team yet? Either put hot dog, if you've watched the Jing Yang episode where I spoke about Jing Yang app on, it's either a hot dog or not a hot dog. Yes, you've run ORCA, or no, you haven't. Can't put two in there, Benny. You can only have one. So leave the $1 million question up. Have you run ORCA with your project team yet? All right, let's get rid of that. I want to show you construction school, because this is part of my cunning and ingenious plan to solve this problem. And it seems to be, this guy's in the US. I do a podcast fairly regularly with Jason Schroeder in the US. He speaks to the same issues. All these guys that are coming online, it's great to see now. When I first started doing content online, speaking to construction, which I've been doing since 2008, everyone would say, why are you doing that, Benny? That's crazy, ridiculous. Social media's got nothing to do with construction. Social media, as a culture building tool, has everything to do with construction, and it is part of being able to do social media with extreme confidence, establishing values, culture, and maintaining it. It's got everything to do with doing that, because that's where people's attention is on this thing right here that we've got beside us. This is why I created the Catalyst Academy inside construction school. That is a paid program, but you can get in there and do a lot of this for free. Anyway, this is how the Catalyst loop runs. The Catalyst Daily Loop. can't stress this enough. This is something that we do on a daily basis. It's not called the catalyst fortnightly loop. It's not called the catalyst weekly loop. It's not called the catalyst monthly loop. And it's not called the catalyst do it when you feel like it loop. The catalyst daily loop. This is continuous, motivated continuous improvement. If you've spoken in lean terms, feedback loops, POGI, if you've ever listened to theory of constraint, process of ongoing improvement, this is how it runs. I actually need to change these words because we've changed that, but we'll do it this way anyway. What we're doing at our first meeting in the morning, we call it pre-start in Australia, wherever you are in the world, whatever you call that, your brief, morning meeting, whatever you want to call it. We're teaching people to see waste. Where's the non-value added activity that we're doing? The stuff that's not creating progress. And flow, the value added activity. Teach them to see that every morning. Daily. Not once a week, not once a month, not once a fortnight. You're starting to pick up what I'm putting down here, right? So this is what the catalyst does. Catalyst doesn't even need to be running the morning pre-start to be able to do this. Everyone's got a tongue in the head where they can speak up. There's always time to speak up during these meetings. You can be speaking to this, waste and flow. Don't have to be a supervisor. Don't have to be a leading hand. Anyone on the job can do this. This is the only way that we fix this problem, is if we empower everyone, like Dave Marquette did, everyone that walks onto the site to be able to fix things on a daily basis. It'll compound. One, to answer that question, what is the solution? 2-second lane. That is the solution to it. All right, so we teach them something every morning. How to see waste and flow. They go out into the job and start running into some waste, friction, something that's stopping a flow. A stop, we put a fix in place, something so that it doesn't happen again. We say stop and fix it. I prefer stop and improve it. Fix it seems to gives us connotations of it's fixed, you never need to worry about it ever again. It might need improving somewhere along the line. The way that we do that is through the ORCA process. What was the objective of the mission? What we're trying to achieve? Trying to put a bit of pipe in the pipe rack. What were the results? Well, pipe wasn't here because the guys up in the lay down yard didn't know that we were installing it today. What caused that? No one gave them a heads up. No one told them that we needed it today. What's the action to correct it moving forward? Every afternoon, the supervisor is going to go around and get a list of everyone of the gear that they need for the next day. Verify full kit. Put checklist in place. So I'm going to run around and do it. Probably at lunchtime would be better. Give them some time. That's called a debrief. Do that. Then we take that information, instead of doing what we tend to do with lessons learned, which is we do them at the end of the project, in a room with none of the people that were actually at the work front that saw most of the issues. We take photos or a video of it. This is what we strike up against. This is how we fixed it. This is how we do it moving forward. We post that into the platform that I use is school. There's a number of reasons why we use school, and it's all driven around engagement. There's leaderboards in there, so you can see who's doing the most of this, the most of the stop and fix it, who's the most engaged, who are our catalysts. The ones who remove friction and increase flow. The ones that our stealth teams start to form around, what we spoke to in the Derek Sivers video last week. We went over it 3 or 4 times last week. If you haven't seen it, just put how to start a movement video and I'll show you, I'll send you a link to where you can go and watch it. Those stealth teams start to form around them and create momentum. Yokoten, that's what the Japanese call disseminating information laterally across the organisation. What this does inadvertently is we're mitigating our risk. We're mitigating the reasons why we're not going to hit our objectives for the day, our targets. We're removing things that are a small problem before they snowball into a big problem. And it's not stuck, bottlenecked with one person who's got to run around and try and fix everything. Poor old supervisor who's got a dozen, 20 people working for, he's trying to fix everything. Empower everyone. Can't do it in construction, Benny, it's a dangerous environment and you don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Dave Marquette did it on a nuclear submarine. Far more complex and more dangerous environment than what we're working with every single day. If it worked there, worked on a nuclear submarine, and he did it quick too, inside 120 days. It'll work in the construction industry the exact same way. But we do it on a daily basis. We find more catalysts. Catalysts create more stealth teams. It spreads, becomes a movement. Right, so what does this ORCA process look like? Well, I'll run one for you right now. If you haven't seen me do this before, let's see if we can get this first crack. Run, ORCA, debrief. Didn't get the run. That's the closest we've ever got. See if it'll actually do it. It'll probably say, I need the third word. Man, ChatGPT's getting slow at the minute. One day, I'm going to change that. So this is where I should stop, fix that. Well, actually, the only reason I'm not stopping and fixing this inside ChatGPT at the minute is because I'm going off ChatGPT and these are going to run on Claude. It's the only reason why I haven't fixed this. Well, I am fixing it, just not fixing it here. What day are we? 114. 114. 114 of these we've done. It is Tuesday, the 17th of March 2026. The time is 10:12 a.m. and we are in Beanie's office. Bandies. See if it changes that to Beanies. Photo of the previous shift. Let's put you on the follow me mode, so you're not just watching me talk to the wall. Is that following me? No. Come on. Yep. All right. Photo of our previous shift. So that now we are closing out our actions. The top three from yesterday. And we're not trying to get everything on here. We're like, what's the mission? What's the top three things driving us towards the mission? Focus is what we're trying to run here. So let's pull off the three tasks, top three off the board. For each action, respond with complete, not complete. One complete, two complete, three complete. All previous actions are complete. Execution status, run alive, complete. Previous shift, 3 from 3 actions. Good, that closes the result stage. Next we move to causes. We're on, all right. Why is that done that differently? I have to re-look at that prompt. 2 quick questions. What helped get these actions completed successfully? What worked in the process? Was there anything that created friction or nearly caused a miss? What worked in the process was, no, I didn't nearly miss or cause friction because I knew I was going to Brisbane for a meeting. So I planned around that the day before. Got my big ass calendar up on the wall there, so I've got a clear picture of what everything that's coming at me. It's not stuck in a calendar or in my email inbox. If it's urgent or it's priority, it goes up on that board. And I use the 3 pillars of success by Keith Cunningham. Plan your day before it starts. Know what your top 3 priorities are for the day, and then report your progress every day, which I do via this ORCA process. ORCA debrief captures clear signal here. I lock in the causes. Day before planning, physical visibility, clear daily priority framework, ORCA accountability, the ORCA process as a daily report. This has gone completely off track. I don't understand why, but we'll run with it. Resulting behaviour, design the day around the constraint, the meeting, instead of reacting to it. This is exactly what high reliability execution looks like. Now we move to the actions. What's the objective of today's missions? What are the top actions required to move that forward today? We'll lock them in on the board for day 114. Okay, so the mission today was to rewrite, you come with me here. Mission today was to rewrite the about page on construction school. Make it more identity based. To get too many people in there, there's not enough engagement or interaction in there. So I've changed the copy on the page so that it repels more people. I'm actually trying to drive what they call a conversion rate, which is the amount of people that come to the page, and then actually apply to join. I've written the copy so that less people apply to join, because what I need is a catalyst, the people who will actually run the ORCA. We're going to put a big emphasis on running ORCA inside school during the next quarter, because we're already at, what have we got left? 15 days of Q1 2026 left. Copy for construction school about page. Right. Taking a photo of that. The mission for today was to rewrite the copy on the about page, the construction school about page. As you can see, the actions are all written on the board, on the whiteboard. Mission objective, rewrite the construction school about page copy. Actions defined from the whiteboard. Beanie runner live. Wingman does his handover notes. Rewrite construction school about page copy. Execution logic for the day. Deliver the live. Maintains the ORCA streak. Produce clean handover notes or mocks. Execute the core mission. Outcome goal catalyst process. Publish. What about the about page rewrite is complete? Should the final version also be? Yes, the final version needs to be published onto school. For some reason, you've gone back to a previous version of ORCA. I don't understand why. So, we need to add that as another task. I need to recheck what version you're running of the ORCA process, because you haven't run it the way that you should have. I don't know whether I've gone into the wrong chatbot. I don't think so. But I don't understand how it's gone off track. That's all right. We've still completed the mission flawlessly. Remember, we're not about perfect. What we're aiming for is flawless execution. Flawless means we achieved the mission regardless of what got thrown at us. Mission is to run an ORCA process properly, which is what we've done. Even though our old mate here hasn't run the process properly for us. Definition of done. Rewrite construction school about page copy, final version published into school. To include the additional tasks about rechecking the ORCA version, update the whiteboard and upload new photo. He's a pain in the ass. All right, we will do that. Let's do the handover notes. We're going to, because we're going to keep to our top 3. We'll just put a 4th one in. See if he lets us put a 4th task in. Beanie. Retest. ORCA. Prompt. 7/8, 3rd, 26. We'll do that this afternoon. 2 p.m. 3 p.m. It's actually good that it's done that because it's making sure that that's up in everyone's face. What he's saying is, we're going to make this process work. Man, this is a pain in the ass when it does this. If anyone knows how to get rid of the keyboard when it does this, let's tip it on its side, see if I can do it. Oh, turn you off, turn you on again. Technical difficulties. Oh, yeah. Just going to take a photo again. For some reason when that keyboard comes up sometimes, it doesn't like it. I won't push the arrow to kick it off. Whiteboard update, confirm. I can see the additional task added. Mission objective, rewrite the construction school about page copy and correct the ORCA prompt process. Under live, wingman ORCA handover notes, copy for construction school about page, refactor ORCA prompt, system improvement logged, anti-fragile improvement triggered, ORCA execution drift detected, refactor ORCA prompt to restore correct process order. This aligns with the board loop. Trigger, what sticks out, action, ORCA, improvement, process update. Day 114 plan is now clear and locked. You're ready to proceed. All right. Take that and try it. If you like. What we're doing here, follow me for more. Speak soon. The less risk you perceive there is on your project, the more risk that there actually is. But as Keith Cunningham warns,
risk doesn't cease to exist just because you ignore it. My dad told me years ago, Keith, you can rely on the rabbit's foot if you want, but it didn't do much for the rabbit.
On projects, this means that you're doing things like overlooking unexamined assumptions, like the reliability of your vendors, ignoring low probability but high impact risks, something that Nassim Taleb calls black swans, failing to create contingency plans. The smartest leaders tackle risk head on. What blind spots could derail your project.